Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hi, I'm Peta.
Hello, Peter.
Hi.
And what brings you here today?
Well, actually, I came for my husband, but as I'm sitting here and Philip's asking, who's in pain, I kind of sat there and realised actually I do have neck pain that I kind of have constantly. And I think it is definitely related to my jaw because I do feel kind of very stressed and I think I actually am in a lot of fight or flight because dealing with my husband's condition, which is really unpredictable, I think puts me in that, and I think that I hold a lot of tension in my jaw, and I sort of think I've just lived with this pain for as long as I can remember now, and I'm used to it, but I kind of just sat there and thought, yeah, I am actually in pain, and if he can fix that, that'd be great.
So this has been going on for years, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've always, since I was a kid, I think that I hold a lot of my tension in my neck. So I remember as a kid, my mum always used to rub my neck when I was younger because she said, Mum, I've got neck pain, and my kids actually, one of my daughters in particular says, Mum, my neck's really sore, can you rub my neck? So I wonder if it's just a way that it manifests stress and tension and whatever, but I think when I think I'm in fight or flight a lot, I feel it, I feel foggy in my head from it, and I just think it's all part of it, but the actual pain kind of gets to me more than anything.
And have you sought any treatment for this in the past?
No, not really. I mean, other than massage and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And how is this affecting your everyday life?
Makes me feel tired and a bit cranky, and yeah, and as I said, I just think fogginess, but I think that's part of like running on adrenaline. I just feel like my brain definitely doesn't operate as it used to, and whether that's age or
You're still very young.
Well, I'm not as young, but like I have a lot going on, and I don't know if it's just overload or the actual. I think definitely since my husband's not been well, that I have been very much more absent in my own head than I ever felt before. Just not 100% focused.
Yeah. So you said you were in pain at the moment.
Yeah, it's just my neck.
If you had to rate that pain out of 10, so 0 is none at all and 10 is the worst pain you've ever experienced, what would it be at the moment?
Well, so if I move my neck like that now, I just got a big crack inside my head. So it's just kind of constant. I would say like right now it's probably like just a 5, but I mean if it's accompanied by a headache, it can be excruciating. Like it was almost migrainous, where I sometimes I have to get my husband to actually massage the bones in between my skull. Like just want him to really almost try and get his fingers in between the gaps in his skull. When you just want to try and release pressure. So, but at the moment it's not too bad today, but it will depend on how I slept as well. So if I can wake up during the night in my sleep in pain from my neck. So
it's very different from day to day.
Yeah, it's really different. But I mean, so while it's not as bad today and I don't actually have a headache from it, for the last few weeks I have been taking painkillers during the day to try and get rid of the headaches.
And what would you like to achieve from today's session?
Probably just maybe take me out of the fight or flight and the tension in my jaw, which I'm sure is all part of my neck, so that I don't have, if I go like this now, there's all crunching, I can feel everything crunch. It's all cracking in my head.
Not nice.
No, so kind of try and get rid of a lot of that.
Wonderful. Well, I hope you can achieve that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Peter.
Thanks.
So, Peter, you've just had a balance from Philip. How would you describe that experience?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I think in terms of how the muscles kind of speak for your body, like it's really spins you out. And then how I feel afterwards, I guess. I feel, aside from feeling like my neck's looser and everything, I actually feel more mental clarity as well.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
So before you had your balance, you were telling me that you had sort of a constant 5 out of 10 pain at the back of your neck.
Yeah.
Is that changed at all?
Yeah, it's heaps better, actually. Like, I still have a little bit of crunching, but I think I actually am a bit out of alignment. I probably need to just go and see a chiropractor or something for that. But that's definitely an alignment thing because I know I'm not quite straight in my neck, so I think that's from that. But the actual, like the stress feeling, so he identified it was these muscles that were causing the pain all the way up, and that was really obvious in how my muscle was responding to him testing those.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels heaps better.
Actually. So out of 10 at the moment, how is it?
Yeah, I don't really have like any pain apart from I feel like I've still got one point up here that is, I think, separate, but I think it's part of this
That's
crunching.
great.
So
And how would you describe your experience on the table itself?
fine, it's not daunting or anything. It's actually quite incredible, like just how the whole, like the magnesium bag works and completely changes the muscles response. And,
It's quite amazing, isn't it?
yeah, it's good. I mean, the jaw correction hurts a lot. I kind of yelped a bit, but other than that, it's fine. Yeah.
Good. So after your experience here today, what would you say to people with a similar condition to yours?
I mean, definitely, like I think it's absolutely amazing in terms of trying to seek help through Kinergetics. But aside from my condition, just seeing what else Philip's been correcting today is absolutely mind-blowing, to be honest, in terms of telling people to come along for various different conditions. So
It's wonderful. So
Yeah.
it's a modality you continue with in the future?
yeah, well, I'm lucky that my sister is a practitioner, so yeah, we're about to go to Mexico for 2 weeks, so she's going to do lots of stuff with me there, which is really great. But I absolutely believe in it. She's done stuff with me before as well. But I think every time I have it, it kind of spins me out just how your body identifies exactly what's wrong with you, even though it can be different things at different times. It will completely talk for you.
Yeah,
Like
it
through
is
your
amazing.
muscles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wonderful. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you'd like to add?
no, it's great. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you,
Thanks.
Peta.
Thanks.